Greetings, this is Cat, and it is the day before Christmas Eve. I'm going to give you the Clara Awards. Before then, this year, the Clara Awards, which is rarely watched, began around 2010, but they officially named it around 2011. The name goes back to the 90s. The Clara Awards were doing movie reviews based on the cynical college-age nature of our movie reviews on the school newspaper at Evergreen, the junior college newspaper, and then on to Spartan Daily at San Jose State. In the 2000s, we sort of rebooted it. Now, there was one magazine that got a Clara Awards. That was Access Magazine. It was in-house because we basically said, we give ourselves an award. Yay. So here. So we gave it to the magazine, to the teacher. Yeah. So here are the Clara Awards for this year. I'm going to read off a list of the movies that came out this year. We saw and didn't see. Now, first on the list of movies this year, we saw and didn't see, in the month of January, was The Nut Job. Apparently Mark's Cards did see The Nut Job. And he said it was okay. And then we come to February, where we get the Lego Movie, RoboCop 2014, Son of God, and Anchorman 2. We did not see Son of God, although a version of it aired as the Jesus special on TV about 6 months earlier. So we sort of saw it. So yeah, that's counted there. In the month of March, we come across Peabody and Sherman, and the Grand Budapest Hotel, Bad Words, and Muppets Most Wanted, Divergent. About half of those got seen. The Peabody and Sherman movie, the Grand Budapest Hotel, the Muppets movie. Seems to be a pattern here. In April, we had Captain America the Winter Soldier, Rio 2, and Transcendence, and Disney's Bears. About half of those two. Not Transcendence, not Rio 2. I think Mark's Cards may have seen Rio 2. Then we come to May, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Neighbors 2014 was a remake. Didn't actually remember that was a remake, but it was. Godzilla was a sort of a remake. X-Men Days of Future Past, and Maleficent. Mark's Card saw Maleficent. Yeah, he said it was okay. And then we come to June. The Fault in Our Stars, which I mean to see probably tonight on Netflix. I haven't seen it yet. I might. And then we come to... I won't do a review necessarily unless it's really good. Live, Die, and Repeat, or Edge of Tomorrow. A Million Ways to Die in the West, 22 Jump Street, How to Train Your Dragon 2, Transformers 4 Age of Extinction, and Snowpiercer. In the month of July, we came up with Earth to Echo, Tammy, Boyhood, Dawn of Planet of the Apes, Planes, Fire and Rescue. That wasn't good. Stupid. Lucy, August, Guardians of the Galaxy, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2014, Let's Be Cops, The Expendables 3, The Giver. September was The Zero Theorem, The Maze Runner, and The Box Trolls. October was Gone Girl, St. Vincent, Book of Life, and Birdman. November, just recently, was Interstellar, Big Hero 6, Dumb and Dumber 2, or Part 3, The Hunger Games Mockingjay, Part 1, The Penguins of Madagascar. This month, The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, and the other movies have not been watched. Big Eye is The Interview, which has got controversy, Paddington, and Unbroken, which doesn't get very good reviews. So, we've had a lot of movies this year. I've seen about maybe half of them. And as Cat. And prior to the rules of the Clara Awards, this one's going to be briefer than most Clara Awards. Because, briefer than most. Partly because of the Yeah, the other ones were a little long, so I'd like to make a Clara Awards that isn't rambly set. I'm going to go with the possible runners-up for best children's movie or family film of the year, including the Lego Movie, the Box Trolls, and let's throw in there Guardians of the Galaxy. Actually, let's throw in there probably Paddington is probably going to be okay. Let's see what else. The Muppets, yeah, more or less okay. I wouldn't put it as best. Penguins of Madagascar is a sequel. It was fun, but I don't know if it's. Yeah, I'll throw it in there. Yeah. So, and yeah, Train Your Dragon 2, a little obvious, but yeah, it worked. Yeah. So, Fault in Our Stars hasn't been reviewed. It might be reviewed. Well, it's definitely going to be up there, but I doubt the Oscars are going to even remember it. So here we have a family-friendly movie. I think that of all the movies that were mentioned in that list there, that the winner should be Lego Movie, which is regarded as one of the better family films of the year, possibly of the decade. The Lego Movie. Yeah, so the Lego Movie gets family film. As far as the Clara Awards is concerned, I don't actually own it, which is bizarre, but I don't. Even though I did stuff like what's in the Lego Movie when I was a kid, and everyone else on the planet apparently did because it's got lots of good reviews. Yeah, so there you go. And of course, we have our categories, such as they are. Since most of these are action pictures, best action picture will be next. Best action type of picture, including on the list Interstellar and. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. Very few other ones, actually. Guardians of the Galaxy. I would say X-Men, Days of Future Past, Captain America, the Winter Soldier could be on there. But hands down, we know who's going to win. Guardians of the Galaxy. We know Guardians of the Galaxy is going to win Best Action Picture for being just generally awesome. Live, Die, and Repeat or Edge of Tomorrow was okay. It's on there, but it's not the best. Transformers 4 is definitely not on there. That's probably under most confusing or worst action picture. Yeah, so except for it being sort of a riff of our fan films, which is bizarre, including using the real name of Mark Scars as the hero. I think it's kind of funny. And as Tim Tikon, the other guy, the other stage name for another of our minions, as he pointed out, the Cade character in the story is him, not Mark's cards. Yeah. But yeah, they mixed them up. Mark's cards was the Kelsey Grammer character. I was Adinger. Anyway, here is not really, but in the story. So, anyways, Guardians of the Galaxy was basically Mark's cards Mako stories done as a movie with a talking raccoon in it. Because he totally would have been all over that idea. And Guardians of the Galaxy was a comic book before his Mako thing, but I wonder if he was really thinking about what he thought of that 5 years ago. It was around. Guardians has been around. Anyway, so here we have. Okay, Peabody and Sherman was alright, so it wasn't on the list. Animated film. It's kind of like the kid-friendly thing. Gonna go with the Box Trolls for animated film, just because the Peabody movie, Rio 2, and the other one, or maybe the Penguins movie. I don't know. It's a toss-up. Maybe we'll go with the for originality's sake. We'll still go with the Peabody and Sherman one, just because it was unusual. The other two were sequels or derivatives. Train Your Dragon 2 or whatnot. So there were quite a few young adult fiction movies. We had Fault in Our Stars, we had The Maze Runner, and Mockingjay. And Mockingjay is half a movie, literally. So Fortunately, The Hunger Games Mockingjay, by being half a movie, cannot be rated until the other half comes out. So we're going to go off with and The Maze Runner. We're going to go with giving it to... We can't do a movie that I haven't seen. So we're going to have to give it to something that I have seen. Let's see. Yeah, drama. Or drama or... Thus. I've not seen Tyrrell Theorem. I think Mark's Cards did and said it was okay. That would be in that section, as well as weird... Interstellar would be there. Drama / whatever. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes would be there. Godzilla would be action picture. That was before. But I think for drama and generally interesting story, Budapest Hotel, which came out in February, actually should get the Oscar for that one, or the Clara Award for that one. Budapest Hotel was actually really good, and it's a Wes Anderson one Mark's Cards hasn't seen, even though he's seen virtually all of Wes Anderson's movies except Darjeeling Limited. I hope I didn't say that wrong. He hadn't seen that one. So here we have Grand Budapest Hotel taking away that picture, and Oscar contender as well as Interstellar is an Oscar contender, because about a half of it is not science fiction. So let's see. The picture that personifies the year. Yeah, and then we come to drama as well, sort of like picture that personifies the year, and we would have to include in that Birdman. I'm not sure where to put Birdman in there, because I like the Budapest Hotel movie for being interesting, for being, a quirky sort of elements of dark comedy, but also Birdman is too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split that up, and I'm going to say that Birdman gets Best Picture, and it also gets Best for being a drama, not for being the quirky, for drama, and not for being the quirky comedy. So Birdman gets that, and Budapest Hotel gets it for the comedy section and for the other one. So, because Birdman's not really a comedy; it's a drama with some jokes in it. It's not a dark comedy. It really isn't. Dark comedy is Brazil or something like that. And let's see. And Big Hero 6, although fun, was an honorable mention, though, and the Penguins one. As for the Hobbit trilogy and the Battle of 5 Armies having finished, the Hobbit trilogy getting Best Picture would be interesting too. Unfortunately, although we enjoyed trilogy, Mark's Cards hasn't seen it yet. So if he completely hated it, then and we're kind of a mixed bag on the thing, really. They did not need to stretch that into 3 movies. They really didn't. It tended to be the consensus of the critics as well. 2 movies would have been fine. Didn't need to be 3. Because there's not really 3 movies of material. They keep making the battle longer, or the journey longer, but really all they needed was them going to defeat Smaug, and the second half is them defeating him. That's all they really needed. All the other stuff is superfluous. They could have ended in the middle of the second movie, before they arrive at the mountain, and had the other half of the second and the rest of the third be them arriving at the mountain, fighting the dragon, getting rid of the dragon, and then the battle happens. But we don't really care too much about the battle. The book didn't go into it, only like a side note almost. There was a battle between 5 armies. Yes, and I'll just tell you about that. And the 5 armies. Even though in the movie they sort of left 2 of those armies out. Yeah. So it's the battle of the 3 armies. Yeah. Oh. But yeah, not Best Picture. It really wasn't. As an honorable mention. But that's about it. And that is the Clara Awards thus far. Unless The Fault in Our Stars and some of and Zero Theorem are so awesome that they nail Best Picture, but really they will. Oscar is going to ignore science fiction again. And this year, there was only one or two of those good ones. They're going to ignore superhero movie. They shouldn't. Guardians of the Galaxy should be nominated for Best Picture of the year, as should the Lego Movie. I think that would be awesome, but I doubt they're going to do that. Based on their penchant for dark and cynical stories about people dying, they should do Fault in Our Stars as an Oscar contender, just because it's got all the markings of an Oscar movie. It's got two kids that are dying in it. Not exactly a pleasant picture. Yeah, that's right up their alley. Somebody's dying in the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy, thus leading to the Guardian guy, his mission. So yeah, they could just go for that for the Oscar. Just give the Oscar to the lady in the beginning of that one. But yeah, Guardians. So there you go. There's the Clara Awards nominees. Yay! And on New Year's Eve, we will announce the official winners. But you know that that's our choices are chosen. By New Year's Eve, we may have seen some other movies, like the controversial Interview, and some of the other ones, and may throw them in there too. Like last year, we hadn't seen 12 Years a Slave and hadn't seen Dallas Buyers Club, so we didn't know, couldn't put them on there at all because we didn't see them. So yeah, there we go. Clara Awards nominees 2014. This is Cal Cat signing off.